What's going on? Move the mouse here. Greenwood, episode 2, take 2, because I forgot to record. I was like 30 minutes in to some work, and yeah, I forgot to record. So not only am I rusty at the game, I'm rusty at OBS. But it's good to be back. It's good to be with you. We're building a city. We're doing it step by step. No cheats, no mods, console gameplay, unlocking things the old-fashioned way. Doing the hard work, putting in the work. Whether or not it's worth all that time, you will be the judge. Thanks so much, everybody that came out for the premiere. Nice to see familiar names in the chat, and great to be back at it. And I mentioned at the end of the last episode, like, it probably didn't inspire you, and it shouldn't. So I'm going to put up a little shot right now. I posted on the Discord already, but if you want to kind of see what I'm going for this season, this is a city that doesn't actually exist, but it's basically how we could be living in the future if we built sustainable cities. So I want to do something like that, green and high density, and just have some fun with it along the way. So boxy is beautiful in this case, no problem there. Don't shy away from it. 90-degree angles are just fine if that's what you want to go for. If you want every street curved and crooked and all over the place, you can do that too. Just not what we're doing with this particular build. So let's get in there and take a look at these beautiful green cities buildings with the trees. Right, so nice, so nice. But we moved everybody out to move these in. Guess what? We're going to move all these out once we unlock high density. So enjoy it while you can, Sims, because you're getting moved out. We're going to try and get to 1200. That shouldn't be a problem. We've got to make some space for people. I don't think we'll explore any of the DLC stuff, but we'll definitely put in some pedestrian paths. We definitely want to put in a high school when we unlock it. So let's get on that. Let's get ready for that. And okay, what we're going to do, how I'm going to start, I'm not connecting across here, but I am going to bring into the same space, basically, another neighborhood behind here. Again, boxy, boring, that's totally fine. You want to switch it up, you do that. So let's do this, and then what I was thinking is we could start to connect some of these kind of in the middle, right? We don't want this one connecting up. That creates too many intersection points with our main drag, but we can certainly do that down here too. Perfect. That only got one house out of the mix. So we added some roads. Let's add some water, and let's just extend this down 440. Just the tiniest little bit of overlap. Perfect coverage. Come on. Snap to it. There we go. And then just for a little bit of redundancy for later on when we use the, what do you call it? The natural disasters, sinkholes. If we sinkhole anything to move a building we're not supposed to move, we'll have some redundancy in the pipes. I don't even know if that breaks the pipes. It may not. I could be thinking ahead for a problem that doesn't exist. Let's come over here. Okay, hold on. No, we just did this. We gotta actually zone it. Mouse, come on. So let's move some people in here. They'll move in 4 units, 4 blocks away from the street. So we will also add some commercial down this strip. I'm gonna forget what I said in the session I thought I recorded versus this one, but I get a lot of comments. I mean, I get a fair amount of comments, but I get people telling me I'm doing things wrong. So, like, oh, you can't put stuff on the main drag. The main drag is for access only. You can't put commercial next to residential. They'll complain about noise. If you've got good healthcare coverage, they'll get that noise sickness treated, and they'll complain again. But it's fine. If that bothers you, do it different. But I'm doing what I'm doing intentionally most of the time. Sometimes people catch stuff and catch me in the comments like, oh yeah, that was a big mistake. I didn't mean to do that. But this is very much intentional. You can build on the main drag. You can put commercial smack up against residential. It's fine. I wouldn't want to live right here myself, personally. I'd rather be, back a block or 2 away from the main drag. But it's okay. It works. Okay, we're filling up over here. We're definitely going to need some power across the street in the short term. Let's just bring it over this way. That should connect. Let's see. Did that not? Okay, 3 times speed. Let's 3 times speed it. Because we need people moving in. While that's happening, hopefully they won't be complaining. Hopefully we're good. I think we're good. Let's go work on this. Hang on a second. I'm going to channel my inner Egg as best I can. Overcharged Egg is a fantastic creator. If you don't know Egg, go check Egg out. Really cool builds, these little modular designs, things you can snap together to make things look beautiful in vanilla. A lot of unmodded PC gameplay. I did notice a tree brush on there, but I'll let that one slide. I think that was either that or the tree brush on PC is just very different. So what can we do over here? Actually, we can't until 1200. So I'm not going to chill my inner Egg yet. Give me a minute. As soon as enough people move in to bump that population up another 48 people, we're going to unlock parks, and we're going to slap a couple parks here on this property with the elementary school. Specifically a playground and maybe a basketball court. The kids can have some place to play. There we go. Okay. We've unlocked park and industry and fishing areas. Was fishing a free update? And the other 2 are DLC? I forget. We've unlocked a ton of new policies. We've also unlocked pedestrian paths, some industrial roads, fishing routes and canals, fences. We care about high school, parks. Yeah, that's what we care about. High school and parks. But let's start here, first of all. Let's do something. We're going to come over here into our parks tab, and we're going to look for something that fits. I think this will. Small playground. Perfect. And we're going to do it on the front side of the street. This isn't going to be anything too crazy. This is not, like I said, if you want design help, go to Egg. But we will get a basketball court in here. This poor guy in the red, I don't know if you know, but he is just getting absolutely run over and has been since the game came out. Like, he cannot, the guy in red cannot defend. It's just endless, 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 endless. I'm pretty sure there would be a mercy rule in place in most organized games where they would just stop it. He's dead already. Okay, but look, we've got all this space back here. What do we do with it? Fill it in with trees. So let's get a couple of each kind of tree, or a couple of a few different kinds of tree, I should say. And then we'll try and fill some of the space in with some of the vegetation. I think that could be good. We'll try and leave a little bit of room here. But we'll get some variation on like the outside of the street, which is what we'll see most. And we'll also fill in... That's ridiculous. We'll fill in some of these gaps. But we don't want to go too crazy. What we do want to do is we want to put some color in here. So we want these 4 trees, conveniently enough named Flower Tree 1, 2, 3, and 4, to bring a little bit of color into our school lot here. Be careful not to put these in too linear. You know, I mean, sure, you can plant trees in an apple orchard in a linear fashion, but this is going to feel like more of a natural formation of trees. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm guessing these trees don't grow in this climate, the super colorful ones, so these would have been planted anyways, but whatever. What can you do? We'll come down. Again, try and stagger them, move them around a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. Make it as perfect as you feel it needs to be. I was gonna say, there was a spot we could get in there. Okay, now that we've done that, let's go over to vegetation and look for one of the smaller bits of vegetation and try and fill in some of that blank space, right? So we've got these little patches. And where it will let us, we'll go ahead and fill in. I feel like there's a little spot right there. Was there a spot that was going to let us? Maybe not. We just need some more trees there. That's fine. What is this? Content creator trees. Holy cow. Is this Mr. Mason trees? I forgot these were in here. Let's get... Ooh. Look at that one. That is a pretty one. Let's throw one of those in there. Oh, look at this. This one's huge, huh? What is this? Do I have a tree brush on? I don't think we need any palms. But certainly we'll get some variations in there just to switch things up a little bit. I'd like to put one right there. Right in that little nook and cranny. But this is good enough. This is good enough for me. For unmodded cities, I'm fine with it. Can we get a little... Is this a little bush? Can we get this in here? Is there a spot right there? Ooh, yeah, wait, oh, wait. Get... Okay. Okay, we're done. We're done. We need to get a high school going anyways. So what do we think? I mean, that is a little bit more the part now. It's a little bit more separated. It's got some nature. It's got some playgrounds. It's got a place for the... it's got a place for the wild animals to stalk the kids at the playground from the woods. Should be fine. Don't worry about this. Not at all concerning. Look at the size of this bear compared to that little merry-go-round. Okay, basketball court in place. We're good there. Let's find a spot for our high school. Where do we put our first high school? Maybe we do a little high school campus right here, kind of close to the main drag, but not quite. And maybe we could even have a little entranceway right here. So we're not going to do anything too deep. Let's go back 3 squares. That will save 2 squares of space. And we'll come back around. So this acts as like a little turnaround, a little valet area. You pull into the school, come up here, and you park. But let's also do this. Let's see. So when that long line shows up, see that line, the blue line in the middle of the street? That means you are 5 out or more. So not there. It's there. That means we are 5 units out. Let's do that again over here. We'll do a little kind of a... We'll come back here. Let's see. I think that's wide enough for the high school. If it isn't, we're gonna have to break it anyways. So we're using the creative arts. Oh, it just fits in that space. That is awesome. Okay. I know already what this power problem is. When we're losing power on the edge of the grid like that, it's because we just don't have enough power and the edge of the grid dies first. We're going to get by where we can with wind turbines. We need at least 2 right now. It's awful. That'll get us a little bit into the green. Let's get us a little bit more into the green. And I don't know, do we need the money right now? Like, whatever. We got power for a while. We're going to switch and transition probably to these, the advanced wind turbine. And at that point, I probably didn't need that last one. Hopefully we'll unlock the 2200 before we get there. But we'll try and keep things green. Okay, that gets us more power. Let's come over here and give the kids more than just a school, right? Let's give them something else over here. So back to the parks. High school kind of have access to some basketball. We'll do right there. And do we get a baseball stadium later? I don't know if I had those as assets that I downloaded. Maybe they're part of the campuses. I don't know. What do the campuses have? The campuses have 5 sports. They have basketball, football. There's a track. There's an aquatic center. There's got to be a baseball stadium. I remember running around a baseball stadium in one of my builds. Was it a PC build? I don't know. It's in the college campuses. I know it. I feel it in my soul. Landscaping. Back to some trees. I wish we could just copy and paste some stuff, but we're gonna provide a little bit of a buffer over here. So we'll fill it in with some of the larger trees first. The trees start to get a really unhealthy looking the closer they get to the the industrial pollution, as you can see here. And they, at that point, it's not even creating any kind of visual barrier. It's just a twig. Barely any life clinging to it. But yeah, we can come in here and, you know, kind of spam some different trees and fill in this space a little bit. Maybe we look at a park back here of some kind. Botanical garden. That's way too big. What would be a fun little thing for high school kids? A bouncy castle. That's a big lot for just a bouncy castle. They don't need a playground. How about a park? How small are these parks? This is a small park. Enjoy, kids. We just took out some of our trees. We've unlocked pedestrian paths, so why don't we come over here? We'll do a little gravel path from here to here. If you happen to be at the school and you work nights at the dump or industry, I don't know. You should be getting rest, kids. Don't worry about going to work that early. But if you needed to, right? It's good to know that that path is there. We'll even do a footpath here. Let's do a footpath for people that may be coming from the residential areas. Maybe they want to walk to work. Maybe they want to walk to, I was going to say Garments Limited, but no, it is the Ice Cube Factory now. 16 of 16 workers uneducated. So we're working on that. We're trying to get people educated. One of the reasons why it is so important to focus on school, the community school here, the creative arts. Oh. I put the wrong school in. This one will fit. Man, what a waste of money. Yeah, no, I don't have enough money for that, and that does not fit in that space. Why did I delete that? I could have just used an extra school here. Okay, well, that was a big waste of money. Let's also... This is why you watch Egg for design. Because he's not a complete knucklehead. When we get 30,000 in the bank, can we loan? Can we take out another loan? Where's the buttons? Where's economy? Loans. We'll pay that off. We'll borrow some money. We need some more money. We're almost there. We will throw in our high school. I was saying education is so important, and I thought I had gotten a good head start on that, but no, I dropped in a second elementary school that we didn't need right next to the other elementary school, Mouse. But in the meantime, education is so important. I feel like I'm the uneducated one making those mistakes. That house is busted. The frat row houses. I think those should only come up when you choose that zoning, but what do I know? Anyway, education is so important because better education means higher paying jobs, means more taxes, and if I'm not mistaken, just overall increased citizen happiness. So focus on education for your Sims. They will appreciate it. Quick little time lapse, just because we need to drop in. Right? What do we need to drop in? The high school more than anything. We could look at policies, but I don't think we've unlocked anything too exciting. Improve worker safety supervision. Yeah, like we're spending money on that. Yeah, okay. Paths are nice, right? We've unlocked all those things that come along with the paths and the amusement parks and the zoos, all the park life stuff. We could do canals, so we could put our water systems like truly underwater. We've got fences, we've got high school, parks. We get a Paradox Plaza in just for the sake of it. It's not an expensive one. But we need $30,000. So, as soon as we have that $30,000, we're just going to plop in this thing on its own separate lot. Not at all in a... Do we make it part of the same campus here? I guess we could. Okay. Time lapse. $30,000, and we made it. All right, I'm getting impatient, so we're gonna borrow some money. 29% taxes, 3 times speed. People are going to complain, and we're gonna do this until people move out. We don't have a lot of residential demand though, so it's gonna drop pretty quick. But that's okay. We don't want to lose a ton of people, but we'll take some extra money in the meantime. We got to get to 30,000 for that school, but you can see it's happening in no time now. Kind of poking around way too slow with the default 12. Okay, but we're there. We'll pause it and we'll knock it right back down. We only need to borrow short term. Please don't move out. We won't do that again until the town needs more money from bad management decisions from the mayor. So yeah, not exactly the kind of cool campus I was trying to build out, but this one came out okay. If you ignore this obviously polluted dirt on the back of the community school, I don't think that's a concern at all, right? Your kids should be fine. But if you're concerned, send them over here where the rich kids go, I guess, right? That's how it works in real life. The school with the pollution, the school without. Sorry, everybody. So what are people complaining about? Let's take a quick look at that. This is a not enough customers pop-up, if I'm not mistaken, which, you know, we're moving people in. I can't give you any more customers than there are people in the town. So maybe you need to come up with a better business model. General store, I mean, hey, you sell a little bit of everything. Have you checked your prices against the competitors? I wish you could like GTA and just hop in a particular car. Like I just boost this one, go for a ride. I mean, I guess in theory we could. We could hop in that same car, but it's not as fun. I want to drive that person's car that parked crooked in front of the... Like, there's like, every spot in this game. Look at straight lines. This guy parking at a 45, probably taking up 2 spots because he doesn't want someone to hit his fancy car. Well, guess what that got you? It got you... It got... Where did I just go? It got me... I was gonna say, it got you a bear walking on your car, but I lost track of where I am. I think it's right over on the other side of this. I jump? Is he gone? Oh, it's right there. Okay. Can we jump on cars? Or cars? Oh, no, I just walked through it. Imagine coming back to your car. There's a bear in it. No big deal. Actually, I kind of like the way... Let's get back down on first person. You can do this on console. You can do it with a mod on PC. You can hold right trigger to go in, like, in your head. First person view and actually kind of see your city. And you see that giant mountain range all around us. You can see the windmills in the distance. Kind of a cool little main drag. We'll fill this in with some metros, some trees, maybe some little park objects, stuff like that. Hold on a second. Just because I love breakfast so much, I don't particularly love Denny's. Denny's is a chain breakfast restaurant. But because I love breakfast so much, I want to make sure that there is a spot we can come back to. So Penny's, welcome to the Historical Society of Greenwood. It's you and what do you call it? The Ice Cube Factory at this point. Okay, 3 times speed. Weird negative in the money. Did we get that close to 0 when we were having people move out? Yeesh. I didn't tank the town in episode 1. I'm going to do it in episode 2. Come on now. We've got to get more industry moving in. So that's a nice unlock for us. New area. Airport area. I have never explored this DLC. That's when I was taking a break from YouTube in general and from the game. We've got transport services, buses and trams. Those are fun. Recycling, recreational use, of course. Heat pipes, cemetery. Okay, cemetery, child care, elder care. Those are cool. Child care increases the birth rate in your city. Elder care helps people live longer, which means that they pay taxes longer. So win-win, am I right? Sorry, my music stopped in my ear, so I'm just gonna play something new. I listen to generally the same kind of music that goes into the episode, so just not the same song at the same time. Let's do cemetery for sure. That's the most important out of all these things. It's the only one that's definitely going to come back and bite us if you don't do that coverage. We can also look at as our needs for power increase, which we should actually still be good for a little bit. Yeah, we're good for a lot, actually. We have twice as much production as we need. But this will get us 17. Does it get up to like 20? It gets up to like 20 in the right spot. So, interesting. So that will get us a lot more power per device put down. But it's also... What's the cost? Oh, this is 6,000. This is 12,000. This does 8. This does up to 20. So you are getting more bang for your buck in theory, which is good. Okay, industry though, right? We need industry. We need some help here. We'll do a little bit more of the high pollutant stuff up towards the highway. Nothing like being really filthy as you're like driving by on the highway. Do I want to visit this city? Probably not, because you can just see the pollution from the highway. Like, no, I'm good. I'm going to keep driving. But for those brave enough to enter the city, haha, you fools. No. So let's extend our water network down there. And we'll look at expanding some of our green options in a future episode. We'll actually paint an industry area, and we'll start in on upgrading, especially a forestry. I think would be really good around here. We'll look at green options, and we'll try and stay away from the high polluting stuff. Speaking of polluting the ground, dead bodies. Where do we put them to start? So let's see where we can go here, where we won't cause a lot of disruption. Let's do right here. That should be okay. We can continue this road down this way if we want to. We won't be able to continue that road, but that's totally fine, because this one doesn't intend to connect as often with the main drag, and that's fine. One other thing that we definitely want to do. Where is it? It's in the landscaping now. Kind of something cool that we can do. Let me find where to do it. We're gonna do it here. Just 2 squares, please. And we'll do it over here. We'll start to provide some paths for people to walk through, and they will start taking these almost immediately. Let's see. So the sidewalks make sense, right? People follow. There we go. Already they're using it. So one of the ways that this mechanic specifically works in game, highways are more appealing to Sims. If it's like the same distance but there's a highway and a regular road, they'll take the highway because they can go faster on the highway. They'll get there quicker. It's the exact same thing with pedestrian paths. That's one of the ways they trick the AI out into using those, is by, like, you know, it's like a mile an hour faster. They're a tiny little bit quicker, and you may even notice like the increase in speed as they hit that middle segment and then slow down at the sidewalk again. But it's so minute, it's almost not obvious. But that's one of the reasons why they choose to path there, is because it's technically quicker, even if the route was similar. So that lets people from over there go to industry or commercial on the other side. It gives them a couple places to cut through where there isn't, you know, they can walk here because there's a street, no problem. There's crosswalks, there's sidewalks. There aren't, though, in the middle of these drags. So this is what really helps move people around on foot. Before I forget, because it's a really important policy, policies. Recreational use. Increased tax income, moderately increased tourism, slightly reduced crime rate, increases the police budget by 15%. Why? Why does increase police budget if there's less crime? Whatever. But we're doing it because you should. I am an advocate. So, do we need anything else, though, in the meantime? No, we're not banning pets. That's ridiculous. Do we want to get people recycling? Sure, let's encourage that. Slightly reduced garbage accumulation, but also slightly reduced tax income. That's okay. We can take the hit for not dealing with the landfills. Parks and Rec, we can abuse this later when we start putting in more parks. But in the meantime, I think that's pretty good. We're not going to do any schools out or anything like that. Recycling centers work with, but costs extra per recycling center per week. So we don't have any recycling centers yet. So if we don't have any recycling centers, it shouldn't cost us anything. But also, I don't want to forget to turn that on because it does make them work more efficiently, which is really useful. So where are we at? I think we're at a pretty good spot. I don't want to turn every episode into a 45 minutes of mayhem. 30 minutes of mayhem is just fine. We made some progress, though. Where are we trying to get to next is the question. 4,000. So about 2,500 pop. We got to like double what we've got here. What does that get us though? It's not a super exciting milestone. It does get us decorative roads with trees though, and those are really nice. Bike lanes and bus lanes and power plant options and bigger hospital and fire, which we will definitely want because the city is going to be high density and we're going to be swapping out the stuff that we have in there today. But we'll worry about that on the next episode. Stay tuned. Hope you're enjoying. Maybe if you're enjoying, stay tuned. If you're not enjoying, then probably don't stay tuned. But that is totally up to you. What is it with edge of the map cinematic cameras when I'm doing my outros? It's like clockwork. I'll be disappointed if it doesn't happen now this season. So hopefully you're enjoying. We'll be building this up as we go. Again, I think I mentioned my inspiration a bit, but we're building this after a futuristic city that does not exist. Full article in the Discord. I'll put another picture up here on the outro. We're building something boxy with canals and futuristic and high density and trees and grass and green everywhere. So if it seems a little boxy and boring, yeah, it is. Get used to it. Again, if you want some cool design stuff, head on over to Eggs. Overcharge Egg does some of the most beautiful cities mod-free, which I think is a nice way to kind of tie into what I do here. A lot of people, half my audience is console-based players. They don't have access to mods. So another great creator, again, Overcharged Egg, that focuses on more the vanilla aspects of cities. There's plenty that focus on the heavily modded options, but for those of us that are on console or don't have a powerhouse PC, it's nice to have some vanilla options and learn how to trick the game out. We will be back next week. Hopefully, I'm envisioning weeklies for these. Like, subscribe. You know the drill. You've been here before. And yeah. Can you let me know. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you like, what you want to see, what you're up to, how you're doing. Hope you are well. And until the next one, Move the Mouse, signing off.